All right, first and foremost, give all praise to Yahweh Shem Thumb, and give a sincere greeting to all the brothers and sisters scattered across the four corners, teaching His word with sincerity and charity. Brother Phoenix, Prince of Power Israelites, another short lesson for you. Rebuking the one West Hebrew Israelism. Another imperative, very important to one West Hebrew Israelism is Joel chapter 2 and verse 27. And so we'll look at that real quick. Joel chapter 2. And we'll start at verse 25. It says, I will restore to you the years that the locusts have eaten, the cankerworm, and the caterpillar, and the palmer worm, my great army, which I sent among you. And ye shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God, that he have dwelt wondrously with you, and my people should never be ashamed. Now, if you read Joel 1 and 2, just read this, read those first couple chapters, and you'll see, and it's another problematic doctrine that comes from Joel is also that we will have superpowers and we're going to be flying, and that we're this great army that he's talking about. But verse 25, 2 and 25 tells you that this great army that he sent was actually cankerworms and locusts. And this is why you'll see earlier in the text it says, well, this great army will fly and be jumping off of walls and be you can slice them, you can cut the sword, but they won't die. And so, there's a lot of doctrine that has come from that. Well, not a lot of doctrine, but a doctrine that has come from that, in pictures and videos where they got us, the Israelites or Super Saiyans, and they just driving through and they're getting this. They're using Joel 2:20, Joel 2, and they're using Joel to establish this. Now, when we get to uncorruptible bodies, yeah, what I'm saying, that's very possible. It's very possible that we do that. And you have texts like we'll have the strength of David, but even David wasn't, he wasn't flying. He wasn't flying throwing fireballs. But those who get the uncorruptible bodies, that's very plausible. But using Joel to establish that is just in error. All right, so the great army that was sent. So Joel goes into the great army being sent by the Most High. So he's punishing us, and then this is why it says blow the trumpet. This is why it says blow the trumpet. Verse 2 and 1. All right, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, sound the alarm, my holy mountain, and let the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh and is nigh at hand. All right, so this great army comes, and after this army destroys everything, the Most High restores us. Okay, he comes back and restores us to let us know that he kills and he heals. You know what I'm saying? He kills and he heals. And then we get down to verse 27. All right, it says, and ye know that I am in the midst of, and ye shall know, Shalaki, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed. Now, our brain, because of what we've been taught by the elders in videos and so forth, our brain is going to go strictly to he's not the God of no one else. But what he's saying here is, in none else is compound word, none compound word for no one else. So I am in the midst of Israel, that I am the Lord your God, and no one else, and my people should never be ashamed. I actually have here a better translation. Actually, in my KJV, there is for the none, and there is no other. All right, and my people should never be ashamed. So he's pretty much saying that I am the Lord your God, and no one else. All right, no other deity can do this for you. No other God can restore you. No other God can destroy you like I did. I am your only God. I am the God of Israel, and no one else. Okay, it's not vice versa. It's not. And this is how we, the One West kind of taught us that that's saying that he's the only God of Israel. that I am the God of Israel. I am not the God of anybody else. Okay. No, he's saying I am the God of Israel. I am your God, Israel. All right. I am the God of Israel and nobody else. Okay. Nobody else, meaning no other gods. Okay. You're not dealing with any other of these deities. Baal is not your God. Rimnon is not your God. None of these other deities are your. I am the God. I am your Lord God. And you're going to know that because of what I've done. All right. That great army I sent and how I restored you. Now, another text too that kind of complements that is Isaiah 45. All right, dealing with Cyrus. Okay, dealing with Cyrus, who is a Persian. It says, "Thus saith the Lord to verse 1. Thus saith the Lord to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand I have holden to subdue nations before him, and I will loose the loins of kings to open before him the two-levied gates, and the gate shall not be shut. I will go before thee and make the crooked places straight. I will break in pieces the gates of brass and cut asunder the bars of iron. And I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I am the Lord God, which called thee by thy name, and the God of Israel." So he's telling this to Cyrus, a Persian. Let's continue on. "For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name." Who is that? Who is the even? Cyrus. "I've even called thee by thy name, and have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me." Okay, so we can't say it's Israel or Jacob because we know that God. But Cyrus did not know, the Persians did not know this God. It says, verse 5, it says, "I am the Lord, and there is none else. I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me, that they may know from the rising of the sun from the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there is none else." Okay, and he wants everyone to know. All right, from the east to the west to the rising of the sun, he wants everyone to know that he is the only God in this universe. He's the only God in this period. Ain't no universe. He's gonna be like, man, it's a universe over here. It's just a million universes, and I ain't gonna get into that. I form the light, I create darkness, I make peace, I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So again, it's kind of the same thing we see in Joel, where they were punished, they were restored, and then he tells them, "I'm your Lord, your God, and none else." And we see here also, I create light, I create darkness. I do all these things. I am the Lord, and there is no other God beside me. I am the Lord, your God, and none else. And so that's pretty much the thing. That's pretty much how we should be reading that text, and not using it in a way to establish that the Most High will only deal with Israel. Now, there's other passages that, that shows that we're his chosen, like Deuteronomy 32, I think 32:8. Where, his lot, he divided the nations to these other deities, and his lot is Israel. That's his people. But we understand that these deities are absolutely nothing. Okay, these other deities are nothing, and should be treated as such. But just dealing with Joel 2:27, that don't say that. All right, and again, you could use other passages like the Deuteronomy 7:6, like the Deuteronomy 32:8, 9. But the Joel 2:27, and then you pushing people away and saying, "Well, nah, that don't." We got to be careful with that. Got to be careful with that. All right, so with that, hope this thing was edifying. Shalom. Y'all be blessed.